Sebastian Vettel is pushing for answers after Grosjean's horror crash. Let's get started. Sebastian Vettel has expressed major concern over the failure of the barrier Romain Grosjean struck in his violent Bahrain Grand Prix crash, as leading Formula 1 figures identify the questions they want answers to. Grosjean crashed at around 137 miles an hour on the opening lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix, spearing right after contact with Daniel Kvyat and hitting a metal barrier on the right-hand side of the runoff. Without Tech Pro or tire barriers to protect the guardrail, Grosjean's has hit at a speed and at an angle, pierced it, and the forces at play meant the front of the car, including the monocoque with the driver still cocooned, ended up embedded in the railing while the rear half was ripped off completely. After the race, four-time world champion and Grosjean's fellow Grand Prix Drivers Association director Vettel said the guardrail is not supposed to fail like that and questioned how the fireball that erupted was possible given the various precautions that exist to prevent it. Vettel's concern was matched by other leading F1 personnel, and the priority should be to ascertain whether it is simply unrealistic to expect a barrier to more efficiently withstand a 137 mph impact and a speculative force of more than 50 Gs, or if something in the design or structure of the barrier was flawed. The barrier Grosjean hit is an unusual place for a crash, perhaps the first the circuit has experienced there, as that barrier is used to guide an entry point to the track for response and recovery vehicles. George Russell now trails only Michael Schumacher and Ayrton Senna on Formula 1's all-time list of consecutive teammate qualifying battles won. Williams have run at the back of the pack in each of the last 3 seasons, but the arrival of 22-year-old George Russell has provided at least somewhat of a spark as the organization tries to at least get back to fighting for points on a semi-regular basis. While Russell has yet to score points through his 35 career starts, finishing his rookie season in 2019 as the only scoreless driver and having not yet finished a race in the top 10 in the first 14 races of 2020 either, his pace has been incredible. Russell's 14th place qualifying effort on Saturday for Sunday's Bahrain Grand Prix at his 36th qualifying attempt, he managed to advance from the first to the second round of qualifying and qualified 6 positions ahead of rookie teammate Nicholas Latifi. In his last season, he was 21 for 21 in terms of beating Robert Kubica, a former race winner. He is 15 for 15 in terms of beating Latifi this season with just 2 qualifying sessions remaining. Russell may not be in the legendary category just yet, but he has now won his first 36 and counting and has all the makings of a future Formula 1 world champion. He is set to enter the 23-race 2021 season with Latifi as his teammate once again, so this record may very well end up becoming his next year, assuming he extends the streak to 38 to conclude the 2020 season. Alex Albon won the second podium of his Formula 1 career at the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix, with him moving up to P3 after Sergio Perez's Racing Point had an engine blowout in the final few laps of the race. However, teammate Verstappen wasn't impressed by the result, as despite Albon finishing just 1 position behind him, he was considerably off his pace. Verstappen said, quote, "I don't think that if you are 30 or 40 seconds behind your teammate, that's very good. I can just be honest about that, right? It was a shame for Checo too, because I think he drove a very strong race. It's nice for Alex that he's on the podium." Meanwhile, Red Bull team principal Christian Horner said days like Sunday that will help Albon make his case to be retained by the team. Continuing, he reiterated that Red Bull won't make a decision on his driver lineup until after the season finale at Abu Dhabi. Anyways, now it's time for meme of the day, and here it is. And that's been it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Apart from that, I hope you're an awesome day, and bye bye.